Lich King build from Fanhome. We're around the halfway point and we are continuously in shell mode. So we are building the outside parts of the legs, outside parts of the arms. Looks like maybe some, I guess this is the pelvis section here. So everything on the body now, we're building the outside. So we did a lot of that work on the armor, on the leg armor, on the shoulder armor. We did the work on the hilt. We have the helm. So we're building out a lot of the other parts. I mean, we're going to have articulating fingers, so that's going to be a lot of steps. But we even built down to the feet because they're in boots. So that's all done. So now we're just kind of putting the shells on, getting them ready for all the sort of fixtures and other elements that will be on the outside of those. So all the clothing will just drape on top of it. But we have to build that frame in order to put it on it. And we've been doing that with the legs, as you've been seeing all the steps we had with the articulating legs. Very intricate in the knee, in the hip, all the way down to the ankle. So now we are putting some more finishing touches on those. So let's get right to it. All right, so in this build series, we have things like piece 44, 45, 46, and all you have to do with these is just set them to the side. There is literally nothing to do with these at this point. These are all parts that are going to fit onto the torso, and we're going to screw together, and you can see these little magnetic connectors on there, which might be for the armor mounts that we did. Remember those? And then the only thing you do here is 47 and 48, we're connecting the pelvis structure here to the upper torso. Very simple. We're just pushing these into place. There should only be one way to do it. And then we're just putting some screws in on the inside. And that's it. That is all the connecting you have to do on steps 44 through 48. Very easy. We're just getting these pieces ready and together. And in a future step, they're going to give us all the screws we need. And there's probably a reason that we're not doing them right at this moment. And again, I love using the ratcheting screwdriver in here for these to get a nice tight secure connection, because that little screwdriver just does not get enough torque. So when you can fit it in, it's much easier and you get a much more secure connection that does not shake on these parts when you get them all together. So really quickly, I'll show you that torso. Remember, we've been working on that for a while now. So these parts are more than likely just going to fit into here. Let's see, once you line them up, they should fit right, just like that, fall right into place. There you go, you hear them snap in place, and then we're just gonna secure them on with these in the front. So these will probably just connect in here like this, or maybe this is the wrong one for that side. So I don't have the instructions yet, but it'll tell you, yep, there we go. So we're having a nice connection on here on both sides, and they will securely fit together. And I'll flip them over so we can see that. I don't have the screws in there, so they might fall out, but you can see what they will look like in the front there. And then of course, last time I placed on the lower torso, but on this frame that we had here in the middle, and now this upper torso will likely connect right here in the front and seal it. And then we'll put the screws in. And again, it's hard to do this without holding the screws in place, but you can see his upper torso is starting to get on there now. And then we'll have this entire frame. Let me see if I can get it to stay for just 1 second. We'll have this entire frame on here that we can build from once we get all the screws in place. Of course, it's a little tricky here, but you can imagine what this will start to look like as we get most of the mid and lower torso together, and we have the legs all the way down, and we have those 2 feet that we did last time. So we have a lot done on this guy from the frame, from the skeletal frame. And we just need to put on those last screws and get him connected there. And then we could start, I guess, putting on the trappings on the outside, and we could see what all the fur and the clothing and then the armor looks like on top. And he should really start coming together midsection and down. So yeah, that's it. So 44 through 48. And it looks like we got some body work done today, pun intended. We got all those additional parts on to cover up those that wireframe we did underneath. Remember, it was that those brown parts with the metal gears and the joints and all that underneath that can articulate. And now we're getting all the way up to the torso onto this metal frame here, so you could really see him starting to come together. The other parts we have, of course, those large intricate armor pieces that we did. We did a lot of work on that. And we started building out the sword, although we just did the hilt, so we still have the blade, and even the hilt wasn't complete. So there's a lot more detail to put onto that. And we had the ankles, which we actually started putting some of the leather pieces on, so you could see the sort of the armor and the clothing going on top there. So we still have to connect those joints onto here. So we have work to do there. So I imagine in the next couple steps, we'll probably be working on the upper torso now, because we still have the arms. We still have the articulating fingers to do. We still have the upper torso to do. And then once we get that done, then we can start putting all those connecting pieces on, all the furs and the leather and everything else he was wearing underneath. So we have a little ways to go, but we're about the halfway point and we can really see him starting to take shape here. So I think he's going to look great once we finally get him there, but you can just imagine how tall he's going to be when we're about half torso here. So we have more. We have, I would say he's up to about his lower chest area here. So we still have the whole upper chest with the arms, the neck, the head. So he's probably going to stick out up here a little bit more. So you can see he's around 3 feet, and that's what we said we projected him to be around. I think that's what they said he was around in terms of size. And they still got to put the feet on here, so about 3 feet high. It's going to be quite a figure. It's going to take up some space, but it's going to be really cool. It's going to be quite a journey to get there. We have another, I want to say probably another at least, I don't know, 10, 11 months to go on him. He's been quite a while. They take around 18 to 20 months, I think, to complete. So yeah, we got a little ways to go. But he is looking pretty great. I'm looking forward to getting some more of this body work done so we can start seeing what some of the armor looks like in place. So we will get there eventually. That is all for now. Be sure to check out Fanhome's website for all their different kits, including Batmobiles, Star Wars characters and vehicles, World of Warcraft, Back to the Future, Fast and the Furious, several other items as well from several other franchises. Check out rebelscum.com. We're doing our Darth Vader build on there. And then very soon we're going to be starting a Batman 1989 build on this channel to capture the perfect vehicle to display with your figures, whether they be 12 scale or if they are like 8th or 9th scale, the slightly larger figures. So everything from a 6-inch figure to a 8-inch figure will work with that Batmobile, which is amazing because it's got full compartment for 2 characters to fit in there, light up dashboard, everything. It's going to be the best Batmobile 89 available for displaying with your characters. So check that out when we start building that as well. That's all for this time. Like, subscribe, and follow. See you guys next time.